That's all. This was all I had, and then I picked up today's. Was there one in between that?
No,
I didn't think so.
I don't think so.
Oh, well then
That's
maybe,
all I did too.
I
Is just
think
grab
if
that.
you haven't,
I've already cut all mine out. I haven't started
Yeah.
sewing them together.
Right.
that's what I
But this
did.
was last month's what I got because I was here last month.
Yeah,
Right, that's the piecing instructions.
yeah.
That's piecing.
Yep. That's the,
We went home just as fast. We didn't realize we were supposed to sew.
Oh, well maybe that's the problem. Yeah.
so we've only been on this 1 month? Okay, I printed the wrong pattern, so.
I think so, because that's all I
Did it, who has this?
was cut
Nope.
out.
No, we
No.
don't have that.
Okay, we'll print it out.
Good thing we're talking about it.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you this. Okay.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, this one, I didn't even write the date on this one, but this was the first one.
Well, let's go ahead and get started, because, well, she's out. All right. Did you already start?
It's funny.
That is funny. Welcome.
This is the next one.
This is our project.
This is
The original. Come on up. Come on up. Let's show yours.
That's cute.
pretty.
And you rounded the corners too?
I did. I did a lot of different techniques on this one than I used before. I think it
Quilting
turned out really
really
well.
stands out.
It does. It's pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, look at the back.
Yeah.
So I chose white for the
I love
back.
it. That is gorgeous.
I love how Minky
Yeah, that-
gives this embossed look and you
Yeah.
quilted it in like teal?
Yes,
Like a bluish teal?
the light of teal.
That's pretty.
Who else has show and tell?
I finally got my
Come on up.
other one done, put together, but
Come on up, Linda.
Beautiful.
And so did mine.
yeah.
I still have
One,
one
show yours first. You're on
order
there now.
on.
Oops.
Okay.
Pretty.
It is.
Wow, isn't that amazing? What
I love it.
That's really
What the
pretty.
difference
I
in
decided,
colors.
I was just gonna use my own colors.
Oh, and you even put a little extra element in here.
Yeah. So, but I have one more,
One more
Order.
side.
and I just ran out of time.
It's really pretty.
But, okay.
I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I never thought about putting an element in there like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The size, I was able to get the quilts a little bit smaller for you. Stitch pattern. Yeah.
Come on.
My favorite girl here. She's gonna hold it.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I like the quilting.
I'll hide. Oh, that's fun. Oh,
Wow, that's turned out really
beautiful. Yeah.
Come on.
Come
The,
on out.
the thing that I noticed with this one, and it would never pass in the judging, because I couldn't keep my binding full. Otherwise, I'd lose my points.
All right, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not gonna drag
But-
mine down,
But anyway,
but
I love it, and it's beautiful on my guest bed.
it is. You know, I always feel like I'm bragging when I'm like, "Oh, that's a beautiful quilt," but you did a beautiful job.
You're the one that's critiquing it. Nobody
Yeah.
else will
Yeah.
critique it. Because they won't know any different.
Come on up, Earth. I know you got.
Well, I did mine in the blues that I had a zillion blues, so blues and golds, so we'll see if we can figure out
I want to see it.
How to. I don't know which is the top and which is the bottom.
but I thought it turned out pretty good with the
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
Just something different.
That turned out really nice.
I thought so.
Pretty,
I
yeah.
had all these blue fabrics and I thought, why not?
Yeah.
So it needs to be quilted now.
Are you dropping it off here today?
No, I need to get the backing, figure out what backing I want to do yet. I have to buy it.
So, points. I don't, mine's hanging out on the wall. So we use a method here where, and it'll work for you at home too, where we do binding in one pass. So we make a bias tape and then it's a straight grain binding and we make a binding and we just sew it on in one pass. Before we do that, we serge the edges of our quilts. So when I'm doing mine and I have those points like that, I actually serge outside of the top of the quilt. So I'm measuring, I know that my point is a 1/4 inch, right? If I did my piecing accurately, it's a 1/4 inch. I know I'm using a 1/2 inch binding. I set my serger to a 1/4 inch and I serge right up where it is right on the edge of the quilt. Serging on top of the quilt. And that way it gives me that extra that I need to keep my points pointy and valleys. So that helps. So okay, I've got show and tell. An AccuQuilt project. This is the Joan Sews project.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
So
You know, that looks like a tablecloth. I mean, you could
Yeah.
use it like a.
you could, but then I'd have to murder somebody that put
Yeah.
it on my.
Oh, I bet. No, I mean
You know,
a
meatball
table topper
sauce.
that they don't use.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
That turned out really cute.
I thought it turned out really well. If you have an embroidery machine, I know some of you do, it's worth it. It does take a minute. These patterns do sew out kind of slow. But,
Okay. Yeah.
you know,
Gorgeous.
What's
You
it
think-
called?
this is called Just Flowers by Lunchbox Quilts. And so it, embroidery is so easy once
I
you
wasn't
do
sure
your.
about the background, but it goes well with it.
Yeah, I like it better than, no offense, Lunchbox. I like it better than theirs because I thought theirs was just a little bit too dark. And I picked out a little bit brighter
Yeah,
fabrics because,
I think that's why I like it.
yeah. I mean, if you're going to make flowers, make them glow, right?
Now, when you quilt that, will you quilt over your applique?
I absolutely will. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I always never know what to do.
So a while back we had this. We did this on Joan Sews, showing you how to cut out a log cabin. Has everybody cut a log cabin with AccuQuilt? Super easy, right? With
Yeah.
the strip die. This is 9 blocks that I had left over from making the quilt, and so
Yeah,
my quilt. So
cool.
I took 2 days off last week,
What an improvement.
and I got a lot of stuff done. This is my Christmas quilt for home. It's 100 blocks. I am not going to make a pattern for this.
Yeah. Little pattern. That's a 4-inch, isn't it?
4-inch cube. And we don't have this fabric anymore. This
I
is an
love
old.
that border. That is gorgeous.
Moda had this in 2019.
Yeah.
Something 2019 or 2018, somewhere in there.
It goes beautiful as a border.
Yeah.
Because it's got a pattern to it.
These are just the regular blocks from AccuQuilt. So the ones that, there's nothing special about this. You can make it yourself if you wanted to take it
Just
on.
go through and do the.
Right. So these are just the regular blocks. There's no modified. This is what, if you go out to AccuQuilt.com and download their, I think it's 172 blocks or 200 and something blocks. Those are these.
Wow.
That turned out really pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We got lots of quilting to do.
I do have some quilting to do. And this is a pattern that this is my test sew. We are sold out of this fabric.
Oh, that turned out really cute for a wall hanging.
Yeah, so this is a 4-inch cube. I'm gonna make the pattern in the 6-inch cube. What do you think? I was thinking about this for our next project.
Yeah.
I like it.
In these colors. And so it would be more like this. So with the busy fabrics, the tree doesn't show up as well as it could with almost solids. So it's not going to be the easiest quilt. So if you look, I've made a couple of errors in my rows here, right here.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
We would have never noticed that.
Yeah.
See, you
I
don't
wouldn't have
have
noticed
plans
until
to
you
know.
said something about it.
Yeah.
It's something that if we do this as a project, then you'll have to pay attention to. There's a couple of them in there that are wrong.
Yeah,
I
so-
am not going to take it out and fix it.
But it looks like it's just going down the.
Yeah, I would have never found it. I mean, unless you really look at each block, you're not gonna see that.
Yeah, there's a couple. It's what I intentionally designed. I wanted it to have like this row of red, almost like garland.
Oh, like it make it look.
Yeah. So it has this kind of, not garland, was it tinsel?
Yeah.
What is that?
Garland.
Is it garland? Okay. I was thinking garland is the swaggy stuff, but
Or ribbon look even almost.
yeah. So if you're up for it. So if we're using the 6-inch cube, there will be some rotary cutting, or you can grab your 12-inch cube. So these blocks will finish to 6 inches. These will need to be 6-inch squares. And then the corners, right? So I'm building the pattern to include rotary cutting instructions for the blocks out here. So with the 4-inch cube, I just grabbed my 8-inch cube to cut these
Okay.
and these.
I may do it in the 4-inch because it's big enough for just a wall hanging.
So,
So
you'll
there's
just,
what, 2 different blocks you use in there?
yep, 2 different blocks.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
So the fabric requirements will be for a,
Back door, somebody bounded on it.
there's a doorbell. There's a doorbell. Instead of just beating on the door. They could just, but I thought it turned out cute. So,
That is turned out right.
all right. So this class is much bigger than the evening class, so this will be our next project
Okay,
in January.
cool. A new project for next year. Yep, Christmas one.
So,
Well, that was funny.
Yeah, that's true.
before you leave for the end of the class, sign up if you want just a pattern or a kit. I don't have a kit cost yet, but it's not going to be considerable. The quilt in the 6-inch cube is going to be 68 by 68. So a little bit bigger.
That doesn't look that big.
This was with a 4-inch cube, so you're
I'm gonna do a
adding.
4-inch, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Because I have the 4 and the 8.
I have 4, 8, and 12.
12 will make it.
Would you rather have it in the 4-inch cube because I can do it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm writing the pattern now, so
I definitely will do the 4.
I think I
Well,
would
if that's 4, that's what I'm gonna do.
show of hands. 4-inch cube. 4-inch cube it is. Okay. 4 and 8. Okay, our project today. So, I'm not sure. Somehow I just think I'm thinking we did, but
She actually gave us that pattern already.
If I missed a class.
I didn't miss a class.
I haven't missed a
Yeah.
class.
Because
Just to get
they
that.
got cutting instructions.
We got learning instructions.
Okay.
So you're,
She said,
okay.
this is all I have.
Yeah.
Because you said you were Just holding out on us so we wouldn't get started.
All right, piecing.
We have that shop hop and stuff going.
And if you want, I can grab a machine and show you. Does anybody need a actual
Oh, to cut
to
piece
sew?
of it. Oh, I don't know. I haven't
I
tried it.
would appreciate that. 'Cause
Okay.
I've not ever worked with curves.
Shelby, will you grab the let's do it on the TL18.
Okay.
And then I don't know where the die is. I think the die was on my desk. And some scraps. So so the reason I did this in 1 month instead of, well, let's just do all the purple or all of these others is because once you get started with it and you get into a rhythm, it gets super easier the more you go. And I will print these out. Be sure and stop by my office before you leave to pick up the right pattern.
Well, now you have it set up for till January.
Till January.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now you have all of the finishing instructions. So,
Okay.
so
this
if you
is the
wanted, we
last
could start this in December.
I can't
No.
come in December.
Okay. So we'll start in January. So they give you the notches. So I used 3 pins when I'm pinning these. I pin the notch first. And so the thing to look out for when you're pinning your notches is,
I've got pieces here to show.
Sure.
Yeah, I've got pieces too. I brought them.
did this get to you?
She started.
Yeah, I got it. I'm on there.
You want, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You said the TL18?
Yes. So when you're lining up these notches, there's a little bit of room at the bottom here,
Okay.
okay? You see what I'm talking about?
Just where you can see the white. Okay.
See how it sticks out? So the notch is right here.
Okay.
A little bit down here. Yeah.
Match.
The corners do not exactly match. But, so one of the things that you want to make sure is that you have that corner lined up, right? So that they're so that your corner is
It's lined up with that.
lined up with the corner because it's real easy to get a cattywampus.
Okay.
That's a sewing term, by the way. So make sure that corner is in alignment when you put that first pin. So you're going to pin there first. And once you have that pinned, you're just going to bring it around, pin your sides, and pin your other sides.
I don't know if it's just my arthritis. Bringing it around to the outside edge was the hardest part. To get those outside edges to match.
Yes. So, so an easy way to do it, so you've got it pinned here, right? You're just going to bring this down. It does. So instead of trying to manipulate this part
To the white.
to the white, bring the white down. So just like that. And you'll get a hang of it once you do it a couple of times too. and it's a little easier.
The largest piece you bring down.
Right, bring
So
the
which side are you stitching on then? Because you're gonna, the red,
no.
the other way.
You're actually stitching from this
Okay.
side. And I have
Top stitch.
instructions. Yep.
Because sometimes that makes a difference.
It does. So it's gonna look like once you have it pinned, this is gonna be all puckered up like
Yeah.
this.
That's what I was wondering.
But it should line up pretty well once you have it pinned. 3 pins. Thanks. Do you care if I just sew yours?
Sure.
Instead of
Sure, please.
That's $25 there.
You have a lot of patience with this one, it sounds like.
no, it's really not.
Once you get the hang of it.
difficult.
I was really surprised in all of this patch. I think I ripped 2 times.
Okay. Okay, I see what you did, yeah.
I have blue
Good,
thread.
good pictures, yeah.
I'll cut it because I have blue thread. So let me just grab the cutter to.
You really see it on there. When she uses that.
The color, yes, sorry.
I don't have the tray for this one, but
Well, I've got blue if you.
I've got blue thread.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do that. Actually, scoot my frames back.
Sorry.
So on one of them.
You won't be, you won't be sewing up one of her blocks.
Okay. So if everybody wants to come up here, don't be shy, it's just the rest of the world. So pinning.
Yeah.
Right, so. Make sure that corner right there is lined up. We're gonna bring that back around. Pin in, right? So come in, be able to get started. And then line up that last one. And again. And in. Just like that. So it looks like that.
Okay.
Okay?
It's like flying birds.
Right. And so when you're sewing, pedal, pedal. So I have my 1/4 inch mark. And that went in just a little bit. Kind of set your foot down a little bit. Dogs up.
Back stitch in there.
Yep, throw a back stitch in. And then you're gonna kind of tug just a little bit. Okay?
Smooth it out.
To smooth it out. I'm gonna take my pin out. And the reason that I stopped taking my pin, see how I'm pulling this forward just a little bit? So the reason I took my pins out, and you're not gonna sew fast.
I do that.
And then when you get to, so like if
Like a
you can
curve.
see, there's like a little pucker starting right here under my foot. Lift your foot.
And just pull and rearrange and stuff.
Yep, rearrange your fabric a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to sew right up pretty close to that pin. So when you get to those little pivot points, this is where the practice comes in. Because if you look at mine, you'll see there's some kind of sharper angles where I was learning how to do this. And again, you're going to make sure that the bottom piece is kind of flat. Tug it a little bit. We're not trying to really stretch it, but just line it up. And if you have a stylus, it is handy.
Now, I was watching online to see how to do it. Oops. One lady uses glue.
You could. You
I
absolutely
could not get
could.
it to work, but
Yeah, that sounds like an extra step.
But if you have a stylus, it does help. I did use mine, and I used a sharp stylus. Yeah, I cut just a second ago, so it raised. And if you have a machine,
How many of these are we making?
Hopefully three.
No. Okay, so one of the things that it has is a hover feature. So when I stop sewing, it hovers just a little
Yeah,
bit, so it's easier to do.
That makes it nice, 'cause
Yep. And then line that up, straighten that out a little bit. Sew right up to that pin, pull it out. Voila.
okay, I have a
And you
question then.
don't clip them.
I don't, no, you
Not the
don't,
curve,
because you
Just press to.
Just
to the outside.
press to the
Yep.
outside.
Now,
Blue to white.
Always learn press to.
yeah,
That doesn't always
No.
work.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't-
that one lays better if you do it this way.
it does a little bit.
And when you press it, it'll lay
Oh.
better.
And so,
Okay. Just gonna take a while.
Thank you.
it is slow going to begin,
Yeah.
but once you get going, they go really quick. So
So do all
Okay.
one color.
do
We're
Famous last word.
these are the itty bitty little pieces, aren't they?
so
Would you
it's
recommend
not
it for
difficult,
us?
and this is one of the ones that AccuQuilt makes that has that deep curve. So if you can do this one, that little wagon wheel that they do, I can't think of the name of it, but it has the real sloped ones, and then Rob Peter to pay Paul, they call it something else though. Those don't have quite as much curve. So take your time, get your sharp stylus out. That multifunction finger presser tool is not going to be quite good enough with this because you need the sharp stylus. So you will get it. It will be a little bit frustrating. I set my stitch length to 1.8 millimeter, and I did not backstitch until like halfway through because I had to take some of them out. So not as much fun.
Oh, okay, you mean backstitch on the ends?
Yes, to tack it. I would recommend starting with this color, the green if you got a kit. Start with the outer colors here, right?
You have less blocks.
Because I started with blue, okay? And if you come look really close, my seams don't line up quite right here. So start with the ones where the seams don't match first. Do the purple last, because every single one of those the seam matches. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So
Good point.
I would start with these, and then it doesn't matter, there's no the blue, the pink, the green. Make those first. Get your rhythm going, and then start piecing these other colors. Piece the purple last, because every one of these matches up.
There's 8 of them.
Make sense?
Yep, put it together in rows.
And it goes together in rows. We can meet again next month. I'm not gonna.
Well, this is the
pattern
one
again.
for the last.
That's the last month. So that's December's pattern. You don't have this month. Who has my pattern?
I do.
Okay.
It stopped here.
Okay.
It stopped here.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah,
went all the way
I know.
around.
Okay.
Here you go.
Questions?
Okay.
Everybody's good?
As good as we can be until we start messing with it.
All right. Slide by my office before you leave. I will get you the correct copy. I thought we were further ahead.
So the first month was September.
First month was cut.
October.
Is this cutting one?
Yeah,
It was October.
October. I never wrote it on here, so I just was kind of keeping my mind straight.
Okay.
So did she have the third one in the counter? We didn't.
That's what she just said, we have to stop and pick it up.
It-
Oh, the
yeah,
third one?
rows, yeah.
She's got the third one.
Yeah, we didn't have that one.
Okay.
We didn't
Yeah.
stop by and pick anything.
Okay. That's all I have for today. We've got our project picked out for the next one, and
All the show and tells me what